good morning, everyone.
And there's the answer.
And there it is.
Will she be able to speak?
It got me. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be all like Demi Moore. Yeah, I don't know. I've been sick the past few days, which is not. Oh, by the way, I know I missed some of you. Good morning, Jay. I didn't say good morning to you, Fred. I didn't. I'm so sorry. Or Jim. Anybody that I may have missed, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I started to, it's just like a nasty cold type thing. I'm hopefully on the tail end of it. My head still hurts. My neck still hurts. Thank you, Elizabeth. But my voice is kind of shot. I was out with clients. I don't honestly, I'm not kidding. I never know what day it is unless it's Monday. But it was toward the end of last week. I was with some clients. And as the day went on, I was just like, the little thing in the back of your neck starts to ache a little bit. I started to get a little stuffy. Started to get a little bit tired. And I literally came home that day. I was out for a long time. Actually, you know what, Dizdep? It was your day because we did your final. And then I had a couple other things I had to get to. As that day went on, I started to feel worse and worse. I came home and I was like, I have no other choice but to go lay down and close my eyes. So that's what I did. So it's been a little bad. So anyway, I'm sorry. I know I sound horrible, but it hurts a little bit. But I have my calmness mug again because I wanted to wish Eric calmness in these next coming days.
I'm freaking out.
He's freaking out. And calmness on my throat. So this is actually tea this morning. There's a little bit left in there. We can thank my son-in-law, Steele, for that. He had given me a whole packet of tea a while back. And I happen to associate tea with being sick. And I know that's probably not right. But when I was a little girl, whenever I had a cold or if I had the flu, that's when I got hot tea. And although I like the taste of it, I don't really ever drink it unless I'm sick because it's just, I have that brain association with it. So anyway, so I will tell you, this kind of hurts to talk. So I may cut short today. Eric will chime in when he can, but we do have a few things going on. First of all, I need to go back to where Rob is. Last week when we were here, Rob was in the hospital, correct?
Yep.
And then Rob, can somebody find me Rob's stuff? Where are you, Rob?
He just said he knows how I feel.
He knows how I feel. Well, Rob, if there's anything we can do for you, let us know. We hope you are home. We hope you are feeling better. We're all here rooting for you, just like you guys are rooting for Eric. So, anyway, so yeah, we've had a lot going on. So we're just gonna get to the brewing topic, so I can feel like I gave you a little bit of a show, and I'll just keep chugging this tea over here. Okay, so our brewing topics, baby pics, wishes, and Eric starts.
Well, so first of all,
yeah.
I don't know if I didn't look at my camera shot. I don't know if it was any good.
That's good.
So first of all, we decided last night you weren't going to be able to speak, so we were going to do like a couple minute show. But I should have known my wife. She's like, "Oh, I'll just do as long as I can." So I didn't produce much for today.
No, we don't really have a big.
We have our usual stuff, but
that's okay. I think people will understand.
I guess.
Rob says it seems Eric and I have the same problem.
Uh-oh.
Rob, you can let us know what you want to let us know.
Yeah.
That's my heart worrying a little bit. So don't get me crying on a Monday. I have no voice. So our topic. So the first one is babies. So we're gonna stop the sadness and we're gonna go to the babies because that makes everybody happy. Okay, so we're giving you our little montage of some updated baby pics. Ever since Milton came, made his presence known, and then left, we've had beautiful Florida weather. Absolutely gorgeous. Not too hot. Humidity's not there. It's breezy. It's beautiful. And on that note, then, because it's also fall for the majority of the country, they got outside a little bit. So that first picture, upper left, is Elsie. She's sitting up. She is
Eyeballs, man.
those eyeballs. Yes, she is trying desperately to catch up with her big cousin Easton, who is he's just again he's like 3 weeks to a month older than her. So she's so cute. She's like, I'll catch you. Easton's like sitting up, and then she's like, I'll do it too. So she's starting to do that and then pull herself up to an upright position and then topple back. But then Easton is in a pumpkin.
Look at that dude.
They sent us that picture last night. Excuse me. And that's just so stinking cute. I can't stand it. Third picture over to the right. That's where Elizabeth took Elsie out on their front porch in the beautiful fall weather. And Elsie got to enjoy some fresh air. Good news is Steele is back from the National Guard. So their little family unit is back together. And apparently Elsie is just in love with her daddy and is super, super happy when Steele is home. Bottom left-hand corner is Forrest with Easton. And you might go, what? Forrest is holding Easton? Yes. Forrest is here. He got here late Saturday night, correct? Yeah. Yes. Late Saturday night. He drove straight from Virginia with his dog Scout, and he'll be here for 2 weeks, which is great because he's going to be able to be here to help out, not knowing how chemo is going to go, how Eric is going to feel, things that still need to happen, work that still needs to get done. So I'm so grateful that he's here. Not only is he here, but he made us dinner last night.
Oh, so good.
That was so good. It was like a chicken enchilada soup. Oh my God, it was so good. And then also Dawson has come and gone. He is back at JMU. He came home for a few days on fall break. And so he's holding the bottom right-hand corner. He's holding Easton and Elsie. Got a picture of him with the two kiddos. And anyway, so just a lot of fun. Now, it really kind of rotted because while all this fun was happening, I was like this. So I've been masking it. I had to meet some clients yesterday, so I masked it and I stayed away and didn't touch anything, just because I don't want to get anybody else sick. But
meaning you wore a mask, not that you were hiding that you were sick.
Oh no,
I masked it. Made it sound like I hid it from everyone.
I was motioning to my mouth. No, I wore a mask. Which, by the way, I know everyone has their opinions on masks, but just as a reminder, even if it's not COVID or if it's not during the time of COVID, it really did, I hope, reminded us as Americans that it's okay to protect yourself and to protect others, more specifically when you're sick, to be out. Just put that mask back on. I still have a bunch of them. And so I wear them, when I feel like I'm coming down with something, which clearly I am. So here's the key. We need to make sure that Mr. Eric doesn't have it.
Well, he does. But.
I've stayed as far away. I mean, I sleep up here. He sleeps the opposite end on the first floor of the house. We're very rarely touching the same thing. So hopefully,
yeah,
but he says he's.
I did compliment a Goop today. So
you did.
I think I have it, but I don't think I have it nearly as badly as you do.
Yeah. But anyway, so we had a lot going on, obviously. And then what was our other brewing topic? Wishes. Okay. The reason we're going to zoom through these is just so that we can see how long my voice will last. But I wanted to get to wishes for a couple of reasons. So let's get to wishes. Okay. So we all have to give a hip hip hooray for Tiz Deb.
Yay.
Wow. So first of all, they built the most beautiful home. It is gorgeous. And I feel like it went really fast. And I don't usually say that, but for some reason, I feel like theirs just went so fast. But we did the final walkthrough. They were supposed to close when Milton was here. So that got pushed. And so they ultimately closed on Friday. So yes, Deb, you're right. It was Friday morning. I met with you. We did the final walk. Builders are fantastic. And then they scooted a couple hours later to closing. I had to meet with some other clients and then come home and pass out. But we also had Christina. Christina is here. Family is from Canada. She already lives here, but they are looking to purchase a home here for her. So we really had a timeline when mom and dad were in town to see and view the properties. So I kind of had to work. Didn't really have the luxury of not. So we did the best we could. So we saw 8, I think, different townhomes. So she's got some really good choices, and I'm really excited to see which one she chooses. So she's not under contract yet, but they will be. And then Michelle and Josh, super excited for them. They finally closed on their home in downtown Orlando. They are the ones who our boys played soccer together. So they have 2 kids, and they went from this big, beautiful house, the one with the bar in it, to an older home in downtown Orlando, because their quality of life, their joy in life is being connected to that atmosphere. And I'm just so like in awe of just their wherewithal to go, we don't need this big, massive, beautiful home. Kids are in college. It's us. We're still a married couple. This is what we like to do. And so there they have it. So they're going to do some renovations on that home, and really excited about that. So happy that they closed as well. It was a very busy day on Friday. It was 2 closings and clients and craziness. Anyway, so congrats to all of them. But I have to go to the next picture, which is, I think, where's that picture? Oh, here it is. There it is. There it is. I promise, Deb. This is Diz Deb's kitchen. I am in love with this backsplash. Everyone has different tastes, vibes, opinions on what their kitchen should look like. I am so in love with this because it looks like true, authentic brick. And it's just, the colors are beautiful. You can go from it looking, kind of cottagey to historic to trendy to modern to everything. I just love it. So I just kept talking about it while we were doing their final walkthrough. So I decided to take some pictures and share it with you. And partly because this is why you have to know that tile work, some people do have a gift. I don't know that her backsplash would have looked the same had it been installed by just somebody who doesn't have an artistic eye as to how some of those colors played out and how they bleed into one into the other. It's really beautiful. So Diz Deb, I told you I was going to do it, and I did. That was honestly, Eric had to add that this morning because it was like, I told her we were going to show off her kitchen, which really is truly beautiful. So I'm so happy for you guys. I know they've got a lot going on. So moving on now, third topic is Eric starts chemo tomorrow. So that is the plan. I know, baby. He had the port put in. Oh, that's right. See, so much happens in a week, right? Eric had, was it last Tuesday? Wednesday?
Maybe.
I don't know. Eric had the port.
Yeah, so I'm more bionic than ever. So yeah, I have a port here so they can do the chemo, and I didn't put a link up or anything. I'm making videos of kind of as things go, and today I'm going to edit that video of getting a chemo port put in. One of the things that I think kind of Amy and I together have sort of, as you know, if you watch these videos, all the stuff that she does, we just like to tell people what's going on. Like, we'd like to tell people the truth about stuff. And there's just not a lot of information about going through any of this stuff. So I'll have a video. We'll share a link next week to the other YouTube channel that has my stuff. You can search maybe Eric Kidwell, I don't know. But so I'll be making a video about putting that port in. It was fine. It was a long process because we just had to get there and sit and wait. But the actual procedure was,
oh my gosh,
nothing.
It was faster than anything. Like, yeah, you had to get there, was it like 2 hours ahead of time?
2 hours ahead, and then
Typical.
we were prepped 15 minutes after that.
Well, and he was weren't you told it was going to be general anesthesia?
Yeah.
So that's why we're like, okay, you got to get there 2 hours ahead of time. They take you back. So I sat with him, and it was time for him to go back. when the doctor and the anesthesiologist came in, and I said, so how long does the actual procedure take to put in the port? So I'm thinking 45 minutes, an hour. He's like, oh, like 10 minutes. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And he's right. Now it probably took, by the time, because he still had to go back there and, go under.
I was laying there for,
no, that's right. You
didn't
didn't
going under.
You didn't go under.
I was laying there for a long time, and I started to worry. I was like, did they forget to give, because they usually give you some of the loopy stuff before you go out of the prep room. Usually you're a little bit woozy when you go out there, but they didn't give me anything. And they were like, okay, as soon as the surgeon says he's on his way, we'll give you the stuff. And then I heard them say, surgeon's on his way. They're like, here you go. And then I don't remember anything after that, because they gave me fentanyl and Versed. Versed makes you forget, but I remember everything that happened up to that point. And I came out of it pretty good, I think.
Yeah, like honestly, when once I left him, I mean, because his appointment was at 1.
Yeah.
We did something at 11 is when we got there. I hadn't had anything to eat or drink except maybe a cup of coffee in the morning. So I was like, okay, well, when he goes down, I'll go to the cafeteria. I'll grab a Diet Coke, get some caffeine, bag of chips or something to snack, and I'll go sit back out in the waiting room. I mean, I literally went down. I got the drink. I got my chips. I came up. I also got a rice pudding because they had some there, and I was thinking of my grandmom. But the rice pudding was not my grandmom's. But I just digress. I went to the chips instead. But I mean, I think I was sitting there maybe 5 minutes, and then the surgeon came out, and he's like, he's done. He did great. And I'm like, okay, am I ready to go back? They're like, well, give us a few more minutes. We'll come back and get you. I'm like, okay. So then again, the waiting time for me was just getting you back. But yeah. you were very much with it. You weren't loopy at all.
And so the big thing for the week is, I have chemo tomorrow. Assuming this chest cold didn't get worse. Not psyched. Not psyched, but really happy to just get moving. For those of you that haven't had kind of the update, I think Allie put that link up there.
Yeah, I posted it up here.
That link is, I mean, it's bleak.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate that you're doing that. I know I
asked my family not to watch it.
It's very tough. Well, I watched. It's very tough.
I told you not to watch it. It's bleak. Because for those of you not, haven't been, and even if you've been paying attention, I have 3 problems that are stacked. I got a little pyramid of suck. And the first one is I've got some what's called varices. So we're trying to avoid me getting internal bleeding, which is why coughing is not good. If I get nauseous and, from the chemo, that's not going to be great. So I have bile duct cancer. That is treatable. So that's what we're treating, right? So we treated the internal bleeding thing.
Right.
We're treating the chemo starting tomorrow. But then I have primary sclerosing cholangitis, which there is no cure for that. I have to have a liver transplant. I've got to get all this other stuff out of the way in order to qualify for a liver transplant. And there's a timeline. Unfortunately, it's not like my liver's not waiting on the cancer. So I'm very happy to get going on this because
agreed.
My last chemo treatment is New Year's Eve, I think.
It is.
Of this cycle or whatever. But then, let's say we wipe out the cancer, there's a waiting period to see if it comes back before I can get a liver transplant. So that's, can be 6 months. So that would be 9 months from now.
And that's still not a guarantee.
If you watch the video, you'll see that Walter Payton, talk a lot about Walter Payton, who had the same disease. He died 9 months after he announced that he had the diagnosis. So I've got 25 years of better treatments and things like that. So
we're very hopeful.
So we're hopeful about it. But I do have a triple stack of suck that that we're dealing with. But so tomorrow at noon, Tuesday at noon, everybody, we sincerely do appreciate your prayers and your thoughts and all that stuff. So keep it up. And
Daryl just got the comment.
Hey, Daryl.
He says it's not coming back too
I'm
bad.
gonna text you later, Daryl, because if you wanted to come by, we're gonna see if we can change visitors.
It's so I have had people in my family, like my aunt. I was a little girl when she died of breast cancer. So I've never had anybody immediately in my family go through cancer to where I had to witness any of this part of it. And this is where I think it is so commonplace in the world, unfortunately, but I'm just still so uneducated on what to expect or how it might work. And, like, is everybody's chemo the same? Is it different types of drugs? Is it, I read a few things online, like it could be a few minutes to a few hours to an all day thing.
It's 5 hours.
But yeah, but Eric's specific treatment, his regimen that he's doing it's always on a Tuesday, which is good. So Tuesdays, I'm sorry if you are coming in town, I'm going to be taking Tuesdays off to be with my husband. So I'm sorry if there's a walkthrough. I'm sorry if there's a closing. I'm sorry.
Well, 2 out of 3 Tuesdays.
2 out of 3, yes. So that's true. So it goes Tuesday, skip a week. Tuesday, skip a week. Tuesday, skip a week. Tuesday, skip a week. So the sucky part of it is that 2 of those Tuesdays, one lands on Christmas Eve. What's wrong?
I'll get her.
Christmas Eve, and the other one lands on New Year's Eve. But he doesn't have it the week before Thanksgiving. So as a family, I don't know if we can. Forrest already has plans. He and his girlfriend, I think we're going to go to DC. Dawson has this big concert that he loves to go to every year that also is in the middle of December. But my hope was that we could, as a family, try to do some Christmassy things the week before Christmas.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
When hopefully you're feeling well. But that's the other thing too, is we don't. And you said each of them is 5 hours. Is that right?
Yeah, I was fairly upset when I looked at when I got the list of schedule, and I'm like, December 24th. I was like, and it's it's baby's first Christmas for my 2 grandkids. So and we'll see. Maybe I'm going to tolerate this great. Who knows?
That's what I'm hoping. I really am. I'm hoping that. In fact, Susan Drayson, I have to tell you, in this real estate, like cuckoo crazy world where it's cuckoo crazy, there are so many genuine, like sales managers, owners of companies, the site agents there's so many people reaching out, and Susan's been going through stuff of her own, and I'll read it, but basically she had some really encouraging news. She's been going through this for a long time. And she says that it gets very tolerable, like, for her anyway. But anyway, so that's the update on Eric.
Yeah, that's enough about me.
That's enough.
What all this talk about chemotherapy makes me think of is pus caterpillars.
Yes, it does. So let's do that. Where's Critter Watch?
It's a picture of the caterpillar. Ew,
right? So it is pus caterpillar season here in Florida. I didn't know this existed. This is 10 years for us being Floridians. I'm still a Virginian at heart, but I live here. I've never seen nor have I heard of a pus caterpillar, but apparently they are not your friend, and they tend to hide on wood. So I think one of the stories I read was a woman, like she was watching her kid at a ball field, leaned up on a wooden fence, just leaned back, and there was a pus caterpillar there, and she was just in excruciating pain. So if you take a look, they blend right in. If you take a look at their color,
nasty.
It is nasty. Don't you wonder? Right. But yeah, this pus caterpillar has some sort of a venom type thing in it. I don't know if venom is the right word.
Florida continuing to be the Australia of the United States.
Right. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of a nasty looking thing, but it is on wood, and it is pus caterpillar season. So if you have wood piles around you, if you have wooden fences around you, or if you happen to be going out and visiting and walking around, be aware of that.
Tracy wants to know how big those are, and I think they're like this.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe a couple inches. Inches.
Elizabeth said she'd burn down the house if you found it.
This is also regular weird looking caterpillar time for us. There's all these little caterpillars all over the place. Yeah, they're all over the place. I
always seem to be crawling toward the house.
I know.
Like I go walk the dog, and it's like there's a magnet. Like there,
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Anyway, okay. Was there anything else we wanted to talk? Oh, Mark, we're going to do some real estate stuff here. So last week to this week. All right. So we went down to 21 days last week. We're back up to 24 days this week. Not a lot of change. We had a few more actives that went active this week. Excuse me, a few more or a few less canceled, a few less closed. I think this is really just kind of indicative of
This is where we're going to be.
it's where we're going to be. I have a listing actually going active today. Super excited. But full disclosure to even to the sellers, it's just you just don't know. This is the time of year that we're at, and the people that I was out with looking for a house for their daughter, when we were looking at the days on the market for some of the townhouses they were looking at, it's like 110 or 142, 162 days. And they're like, wow. And I'm like, honestly, that doesn't make me think in a different market, okay? In a market where things are going very, very fast and things are not staying on the market very long, when you see a home that's on the market for, 150 days, then you think, the first thing you think is, what's wrong with the house? What's wrong with it? Is it priced right? Is there something wrong with it? Why is it not sold? But we're in a time where nothing is selling. And it is very frustrating. I don't say nothing is selling, but little is selling.
New construction is selling.
New construction is selling. And guys, here's why. We told you before, a couple weeks ago, $120,000 a client's got off of a house, $150,000 off of a house. Client just contracted with another builder just the other day, a different builder. Also had incredible incentives. I think it was like $50,000 off the price of the home. Plus they had fantastic realtor incentives, and they had I think it was back to like a 3.99 rate buy down.
You can't. It's hard to
and closing costs, like 10, 15 toward closing costs. Yeah. It's very, very, very difficult for the average seller to compete with that. Yeah. So at least right now. Now remember, we're approaching the end of the year. So the builders have these deeper pockets so they can do that and they can offer that so that they can get those sales, those contracts written, or those homes closed. And that's just the way it is. And we live in a very new construction dominant area.
Back to Critter Watch. Find Susie Q's last comment.
Susie Q.
Well, maybe not her last one. But.
Oh my, no, you did not. A huge black bear in our lanai the other night. How?
Well, she's out there in the country.
But how does it get all the way up on your lanai?
It walks.
There's no.
It was a Pooh Bear.
I'm gone. If it's Pooh Bear, it's fine. There's no way. I see those videos all the time, right? But there's just not that. There's just certain things. I can't.
Tracy had a question very, very, very early on.
Tracy had a question. Yes, by the way, if you have questions, that will be good. Don't forget to do your cue. Tracy.
Like it was one of the first comments.
Yeah. I'm just going to Google Tracy. Google Tracy.
She did the cue.
She did. Okay. Should I do that? Hold on. Everyone, bear with me. I'm old.
Do you make them over there?
Oh, I got it. You got. Oh, well, the one where she says, "How is everyone?"
No. What was she asked about model homes?
Model homes. Some have upgrades. Can you request a builder to add more things to the home? Example, like put in a tub in the bathroom. Okay, Tracy, really good question. So, model homes are. I will say some builders are very smart and they're very intuitive and they're trying to be very helpful. And so they may show you a really fully upgraded kitchen, but maybe in a secondary bathroom, they'll show you what a standard cabinet and counter might look like because they want to be able to show all of that. But in most cases, the model homes are not only going to be beautiful, but they're going to have design things done to the home. They'll have some trim work or they'll have some mirrors built in and all this fun stuff. So that's something that is going to be interior design. That is not something the builder will do. But if you're saying, okay, well, is there an option for me to put a bathtub in a bathroom where in the model home it doesn't show it? That is going to be part of the structural options. And yes, if that is an option that the builder has for that floor plan. So I will tell you, in almost all secondary bathrooms, it will be a tub. You will have a structural option if you don't want the tub and you would rather have the shower in lieu of the tub. But in most cases, it's going to be the tub. The primary bathroom is going to be where it's going to be a hit or miss. Some builders don't even offer the tub anymore. They'd rather have the big super shower. But so the answer is it will depend on the floor plan, and it will depend on the structural options that are available for that floor plan. And sometimes you're not going to know that. Some builders have really good websites where you can go to their website and you can kind of do your little diagram, and they'll have things over here if you can click. That'll be the biggies. Like, do you want this kitchen configuration, or do you want this master bathroom configuration? But it doesn't have all of the structurals. And some of the other structurals are like 8-foot doors throughout the house, or the first floor and or the second floor. Do you want pre-plumb for a laundry tub, or do you want the laundry tub? There's a lot of different things that are not going to be in that. And that's where we can help you. And in most cases with my clients, when they're looking to build, that's one of the first things I do is I will get for them the complete list of the structural options and the pricing associated with that, so that they can start to determine what do we really like. A lanai, an extended lanai. If you have a regular lanai that's included, but there's an option for an extended one, it's going to be more money and it's a structural option. The key to remember is with all of those, you can't go back and change that and change your mind, because that's how your house will be permitted. And the moment you sign that contract, it will be based on your lot, your floor plan, and your structural options. And that's how it goes to the county for permitting. So don't go to the design center and then go, holy cow, it's so expensive at the design center. You know what? Let's get rid of this, that, and the other that we did structurally so we can have that money back to put it toward an upgrade here. Doesn't work that way. So that's why I tell people to be very, very thoughtful about choosing those structural options from the very beginning. And that's why having that whole list and the price associated with it at that time, because remember, everything can change, that will help people figure out, okay, well, these are the ones that we really, really, really have to have. So let's do that. Good question. Love it. Was there any other questions you wanted me to see?
I don't think so. Someone asked about, do you work in a certain area? And the answer is we're everywhere in Florida, although Amy's very honest and she'll tell you if it's not her area of expertise.
Yeah. So I'm licensed in the whole state of Florida, and I have sold all over. I've sold in Jacksonville, and I've sold out in Clearwater. I've sold I've sold land out in the Everglades. But there are certain areas that are more my expertise. And so I like to earn my money. I like to be helpful, and I can still go and negotiate and talk and show and help and assist, even if it's not in my little nugget here. And I do quite a bit, but like if you have a house that you want me to sell and it's in Miami, I'm not the right person for you. I can't service that listing like I would want.
And many realtors will tell you that they can. Yeah. That's what I like about you, is you're honest about it.
I would love the listing, but not at a detriment to you. That's not fair to you. So.
Elizabeth had a question that's more of a comment. She put a Q in front of it.
Elizabeth said, Elsie woke up from her nap, saw Mimi on the phone, and gave Mimi a big smile. Aww. Yay. Good morning, Elsie. Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's so cute. Sometimes the girls will, while they're watching Coffee Time, they'll send me a picture of the kiddos kind of looking. So anyway, and then Allie says, here's an example of how to frame your questions. Q with the golden. Very good. Excellent. Okay. I think we are good too. I did want to mention, I had intended my intentions are, I was going to be doing videos of the new Pulte models over at Silverleaf Oaks. Excuse me.
You still are at some point.
I am, but I just don't have a voice. There's just no way I could have gotten that done over the weekend. So that wouldn't have been a very good video. I know it's really annoying to listen to me right now. So anyway, so on that note, so just as a reminder, we will have coffee time every time that we can have coffee time. I always try to keep in touch with Allie so that she will do whatever social media posting is appropriate, whether or not we are or are not going to have coffee time. We fully expect to. We are still working, doing the best we can when we can with what we have. We're starting to get in the thick of it with Eric and the chemo, and we just don't know what to expect. And by the way, when I say that on Tuesdays, if something's happening, if there's something that is critical, I have people that that are going to be my help. I don't want you if you're a client to think, oh, Amy's just stranding us on Tuesdays. Well, I'm not going to strand you, but I won't be the one. I'll get someone else. I've had a lot of really good, kind people out there asking if there's anything they can do. They can go show homes for me, or they can go do a walkthrough for me if I need them to. So I've yet to have to take anybody up on that because I'm very protective. So know that if something happens and I do have to get somebody else to assist, then it's because I just couldn't do it.
And don't assume if we don't have a coffee time. Don't assume it's something terrible.
Yeah.
We'll let you know if it's something terrible. But that's part of the reason why we weren't going to, we wouldn't have done anything today. Although here's Amy 35 minutes later or whatever.
Yeah, it's really been.
We were going to do 5 minutes just so you guys knew there was nothing wrong. It's just Amy has a cold, I have a cold.
It's just hard to do. I don't know where that link is that Alyssa put up. I was going to put it up one more time before we.
It's okay. They'll see.
It's fine. But anyway, so if you go back through here, look for Alyssa's if you are interested. But I will say, just kind of as we start to wrap it up. But yeah, so Eric has started that video series, and it will be a continual thing. You only have one video now, right?
Yeah, I'll edit the other one to the chemo thing today.
With the port.
Port today.
And
then we'll shoot the chemo thing tomorrow.
Yeah. So, like that's exciting. Woo! No, it's not. But I really do applaud you for trying to do that and trying to help people. Not all cancer is the same cancer. We fully understand that. And that I think is part of the problem is what he has is very rare. Just some of the unique challenges health-wise. It's not a one and done. It's a what do you call it? A triple suck?
A triple stack of suck.
A triple stack of suck.
Yeah.
But with that, we're still smiling as best we can. So if you want, you can follow along with that. I know that he mentioned you could find him on Facebook. Since then, we've had a lot of people send us friend requests and things. That's fine. You can send me a friend request as well. I don't do as much on Facebook, mostly because it started to get away from what I originally was on Facebook, which was a way to reconnect with some of my old friends. And it became, for many people in the industry, a networking thing. And I'm not a networker. I don't advertise and market and talk to other realtors. My job is to work for you. So, but if you want to follow us there and to kind of, make sure that you're up to date with what Eric's doing and how he's feeling, feel free. Anyway,
and,
with that.
Two things. Jen says your voice sounds hot.
Jen
Ross. And then Kim Sokolsky just sent us a video out her beautiful backyard of bald eagle versus two turkeys, which maybe we'll try to share next week.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I can't wait to see it. All right. So with that, everybody, I can't believe it. I talked for a long time. Shocking. Shocking. Are you shocked?
No.
Anyway. All right, guys. Well, as always, let me find it. There it is. As always, we really do appreciate you guys. Sorry we didn't get as much real estate stuff in today as we wanted, but we got some in there, which is good. If you need anything, don't forget, don't hesitate to reach out. But as always, please stay safe, stay well. Remember, we love you guys. We thank you for being a part of our Heart and Home Orlando family, and good luck to Eric tomorrow.
Love you.
Calmness. Love you guys. Bye.